If you are close to retirement and want to make yours as worry-free as possible, then it might be time to start simplifying things. In this video, I'm going to be discussing 8 things you could downsize either before or early on in your retirement. Some of these may be controversial and a little unconventional, but I'll let you decide. I think number 3 might raise the most eyebrows, depending on where you live. By taking these steps, you can reduce or eliminate many of the things that will cause you stress during your retirement. So if you're serious about making your retirement the best it can be, you're going to want to watch the rest of this video. So let's jump right in. Number 1, you could downsize your home. Downsizing your home can have numerous benefits. If the majority of your net worth is wrapped up in your home, then downsizing can help turn much of it into spendable or investable cash. It used to be if you walked into a bank and had a title, equity, and a pulse, they would give you a reasonably priced home equity line of credit. But nowadays, the pricing is incredibly expensive, if you can even get one at all. So this option for freeing up home equity is essentially no longer available. And if it is, it will be very expensive. Another benefit to downsizing your home is you can save money on carrying costs like property taxes, insurance, utilities, repairs and maintenance. A smaller home can also mean less time cleaning extra bedrooms and bathrooms that you rarely use. You can purchase a new, smaller home that has fewer stairs and will make getting around the home much less difficult. Let's face it, the house you bought in your 30s and 40s may not be the right house for you in your 60s and 70s. Downsizing may provide significant advantages if you're thinking about retiring. But if you elect not to downsize your house, then the next one's for you. Number 2, you can downsize your clutter. If you decide that you don't want to downsize your home, it may make sense to downsize the clutter within it. When people move, there's a natural purging that takes place as one wrestles with the question, do I really want to pay to move this junk or take all the time to pack it? If you've lived in your home for decades, then it's probably time to downsize your clutter. Do you have closets, garages, storage units full of things that no longer serve you? Clutter can cause a great deal of stress. Even worse, it can be a tremendous burden to someone in your family as they will have to deal with it when you pass. Take stock of the items that you have and eliminate the non-essentials. This can also be a great way to trigger a tax deduction by donating items to charity. And don't worry, we'll get into taxes in a bit more detail later. At the end of the day, downsizing your clutter can give you additional space and clarity. Number 3, downsize your car. When forced to deal with a daily commute, having 2 cars for you and your significant other might be a necessity. But as you approach retirement, you may begin to question the need for both of them. Or maybe you have multiple cars, one a daily driver and a luxury car that's just taking up space in your garage. Retirement often means less commuting, and that opens the door for fewer or smaller vehicles. Or maybe you live in an area with excellent public transportation. Downsizing the number of cars you own can lower insurance premiums, maintenance, gas, and even the temptation to take unnecessary drives just to put some miles on the car. And let's face it, if your children, family, or friends are beginning to mistake you for a taxi or Uber, I don't have the car today, so I can't pick you up, may be a great excuse. Number 4, downsize your work. These days, retirement doesn't necessarily mean you have to stop working altogether. Maybe you can step back from the full-time grind and take a part-time or less stressful role. Or maybe you can become a consultant and have more control over the time and the types of projects you take on. Perhaps a side hustle can free you from the 9-to-5 grind, but still put some money in your pocket to help you with living expenses or funding your hobbies. It's important to ask yourself, is this work giving me purpose, or is it just taking a necessary toll on my well-being? And if the work isn't fulfilling and you don't need the income, maybe it's time to downsize it. Number 5, downsize your investments. As someone who works with retirees and pre-retirees, I've seen some ridiculously convoluted investment situations. A cluttered investment portfolio consisting of hundreds of stocks, but no clear direction or structure. Multiple accounts with dozens of overlapping funds. Old 401ks or other employer retirement plans that haven't been rebalanced or even looked at in years. Downsizing your investments means consolidating, simplifying, and aligning your investments with your long-term retirement plan. Also, when you start having to take required minimum distributions, or RMDs, the fewer accounts that you have to deal with, the better. Trust me. I did another video on 7 accounts every retiree should have. It provided a pretty helpful framework for how to organize your accounts for retirement. I'll put a link to that video in the description below. Downsizing your investments means less complexity, less paperwork, and possibly fewer mistakes. So review your investment portfolio with a professional to ensure yours is right-sided for your retirement. A quick word, if you're enjoying this content, please hit like and subscribe. I post videos weekly, so make sure you're notified when the new videos are released. Number 6, downsize your legal and financial affairs. It's an uncomfortable truth for some, but we are all going to die. When was the last time you reviewed your will, power of attorney, healthcare directive, or beneficiary designations? Streamlining your legal documents can make things easier for you and your family when life takes an unexpected turn. Downsizing here is about getting organized to ensure that nothing falls through the cracks. Streamlining the various aspects of your estate helps ensure that when something does happen to you, your health will be decided the way you want it to. And your wealth will be transferred to the people and institutions you care about most in the most tax-efficient way possible. Number 7, streamline your debt. This one might be the most important. Downsizing your debt can dramatically improve monthly cash flow during retirement. Although, if you're thinking about retiring, there's a good chance you've already paid off most of your consumer debt, which leads to the one other large debt many people have, the mortgage. Deciding whether or not to pay off your mortgage prior to retirement is an important question that deserves a deeper dive. I did another detailed video on this topic. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a description to it in the notes below. Number 8, downsizing your income taxes. As you enter retirement, there is a good chance that you will begin to downsize your income taxes. Since you are no longer earning a salary, it only stands to reason that your taxes will likely decrease as well. But this isn't always a given. Make sure you structure your investments so you can create retirement cash flow in a tax-efficient manner. Create a tax-efficient drawdown strategy of your retirement assets so you can manage taxable income and thus your income taxes. This should be the cornerstone of any comprehensive retirement plan. Make sure your strategy manages your income tax liability, not only on a yearly basis, but over your lifetime. Required minimum distributions can create significant tax liabilities later in retirement. Take the long view on this. Don't reduce today's taxes at all costs, only to create a tax bomb for you in the future. So what do you think? Out of all the areas we discussed, which are you planning on downsizing in your retirement? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. Remember, downsizing isn't about giving things up. It's about right-sizing the things you will need to have a successful and fulfilling retirement. Take the steps to maximize your retirement by minimizing extraneous things that create confusion, stress, and may even cost you more in terms of expenses and income taxes. If this video caught your eye, you might be getting close to retirement. Have you created a plan to help you ensure your retirement is a success? I did another video on the 7 questions a comprehensive retirement plan should address. If you have a plan, check it out to see if yours addresses all of these questions. And if you don't have a plan, watch this video to see what yours should include. You can find a link to that video here. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.